So we have learned with how to do the sheet setup. So now we have taken one problem where it says a square prism 35 mm side of base 65 mm axis length rests on HP on one of its edges of the base which is inclined to VP at 30 degree. So draw the projection of the prism and the axis is inclined to HP at 45 degree. So here we need to make a note of the three things. So means on what it is resting, the first side position, that is it is resting on HP, on what, whether it is a edge or a corner. So it is resting on the edge, first thing. So next thing is, so what is inclined to HP in the second position. So here they have mentioned you have to look for the angle which is inclined to the HP when it says it is resting on the HP. So axis is inclined to HP at 45 degree, that is the second position. And in the third position you have to look for the word which is to the VP. So now what is inclined to the VP, that you have to see. So edge of the base which is inclined, so the resting edge is inclined to VP at 30 degree. So these are the three things you have to look whenever you go with the solid problem. So what are all the things? First position, on what it is resting. It is resting on HP, whether it is resting on edge or a corner. So now here he says it is resting on the edge. Next thing is what is inclined to the HP, resting on HP, second word with the HP. So axis is inclined to HP at a 45 degree. This is what is the second position. And third position we have to look for the word which is in line with the VP. So here we say it is inclined at VP at 30 degree. What is inclined? So the resting edge itself is inclined. So which is inclined, which means the resting edge. So you have to make a note of these three things. So now in order to drop a square, so here we have in a draw command a rectangle, click on the rectangle. So here you go with the 0.5 and here you enter 35, enter 35, enter and 0 degree. So you will get a nice square. So you select this square. Okay, so once again check whether it's a 0.5 or not. So for a time being it is not visible, so we'll make it to 0.7, but it should be 0.5. So now once you see a square here, so now we need to what you call name the corners. Means here we have two squares, that is one above and one below, which are overlapping here. Okay, so in order to name that one, so we'll say text and go to the right side. Always we'll take the resting edge to the right side of the observer. First thing we'll say corner A in the bracket 1 and this as a B bracket 2 and this we say C in the bracket 3 and this will say D in the bracket 4. Means this A, B, C, D corresponding to the top square and 1, 2, 3, 4 corresponding to the bottom square, which are separated with a distance of a 65 mm. So that is what they have mentioned, axis length is a 65 mm. So now once this one is done, locate the center of the square with a 0.13, just drop two diagonals like this. So we'll get the center. So just zoom this one and again go to the text and here you write the top of the axis is a O and the bottom end of the axis is a O1. So close it. So this is how exactly we name the center, that is axis. Now in the top view it is looking like a point. Now again fit to the screen. So now, so this is how exactly it looks in the top view, that is a square prism resting on the edge. Suppose if there is a square prism resting on the corner, so you have to go to the same rectangle command. So 35, enter, 35, enter. So here you need to change the angle to the 45 degree. So now you can see the changes. So now, so this is the one for first one is for the resting edge, and the second one is for the resting corner. So here also, in order to do the naming, so you can just take a text. For a timing I will copy this one, so you can just zoom this area and start the naming from here. So this is A in the bracket 1, okay, so this is B in the bracket 2, C in the bracket 3, and D in the bracket 4. So this is for the resting corner. Okay, so now once it is done, so how exactly it looks in the front. So you just go to the same line and 0.13. now we have taken 0.5, but now we have to take a 0.13. so these lines we are going to call it as a projection line. Projection line means how it appears in the front view. So take a line till it intersects with the XY line, cut it, and again from here you can see there is a mastic symbol and till here. Okay, so now a line with the 0.5, as I said 0.7 will take, so we'll take it from here, and the height is 65, enter 90 degree, enter. So we'll get this one, and the side is 35, sorry, the side is 35, enter 0. So now you can just connect here and connect here. So this is how exactly it looks in the front. So now we'll adjust these things. Okay, now again a line 0.13. so from here, so you can see once you zoom to this one, you will get a one midpoint. From here you just enter till here, and now this is a center line. So you have to change this one to the 0.35 and press tab. It will move to the angle 90 degree and click it here. So now you can see the change in the line type, that is a center line. So now you have to name the things. Okay, so how? So go to the text. So now, as I said, the top face corresponding to the ABCD and the bottom face is corresponding to the 1 2 3. Now for a timing I will drop it here. You are seeing from this side, so once you see this side, so A1 D4 are near to the observer, which are visible, and B2 C3 which are away from the observer. So now once you go to the text, so this corner is corresponding to the line 1 2. So 1 2 means, as I said, 1 is near to me, so I will say 1 dash in the bracket. So 2 is beyond that one, 2 dash. So dash is used in order to show the front view. So here again 4 dash, that is 4 is near to me in the bracket, so 3 dash, so 3 is away from me. Okay, so like that here in the top face. So you can see the one which is outside the brackets, so A is near to me, sorry, A dash, and 3 dash is away from me. In the similar way here you can write a D dash in the bracket, C dash. So this is how exactly you have to name the things. Understood, right? So this is very simple. So just see, like we are viewing from here, so this line is nearby, so whatever this line is A and D, so A and D is outside the bracket, and the bottom one is 1 and 4, so 1 and 4 is outside the bracket. So the rest with the O and O1. So as I said, go to the text again. So this is O dash, and this is O1 dash. Okay, so just zoom this and go to the select command, select this and drop it outside. The same thing here. So the naming corresponding to the front view should be above the XY, okay, as you can see it here, and the naming which are corresponding to the top view, it should be below. So once this much is done, now here go to the smart dimension, click on the line and drop it here. So here you can see it is showing 35, and again smart dimension, click on this line and click it here, it's a 65. Now in order to show this with the square symbol, here you can go with the prefix, okay. So here once you first click on the dimension and go to the tool prefix, and you can select here the square symbol and click OK. So now you can see the change in the square symbol. So we'll see once again, undo, click on the dimension, okay, go here prefix, tool prefix, select the square symbol and OK. So you will get the square symbol. So this is what is the first position. So resting on the edge, so that is what is the resting edge is a 1 to 2, okay. So this is how exactly it looks in the front, and this is how exactly it looks in the top. Even in the manual sketching, so this whatever the square should be dark, okay, and these projection lines should be thin, and again here this rectangle should be dark, okay. So now next is axis is inclined at a 45 degree to the HP. So inclined to the HP will appear here, okay, above the XY line. So now in the computer sketching, it's a simple, you just select this square, okay, whole square, and go to the move command. Here you can see there is a move command. Once you select this move command, this window will appear, you can see it here. So here if you click here move copy, okay, and the distance and all it will show. So here if you click here, so the background will change, okay. First here it was blank and now it is little bit with the maybe little bit yellow color, okay. Once you click this one background, it is a copy and paste. So this one is a cut and paste. So now we want to have a original, so it should be copy paste. So once you click on this one, you have to select this 1 to 2 corner exactly, you can see the mastic symbol there, and select and just move, okay, move on the same XY line and place it here and right click, okay, and let it be in the pink color itself. Again in the same toolbar, that is command bar, you can go and just click on the down arrow and select the rotate. There is a rotate, okay. So here we don't want to have a original, we want to just rotate the same piece. So here switch off that one, so background will be white. So now select the same 1 to 2 corner and A and B, and here you give a rotation or a position and a step angle. So even if you can give the step angle or rotation angle. So now if you see here, so the rotation angle is a 90 degree, and once you go like this, so it is decreasing to the 0, okay. So now it is saying like it's a 45 degree, you need not to worry, you can just give rotation angle as a 45 degree and you just rotate like this. So this is how exactly it is going to rotate, okay. So now we'll repeat once again. So just we move this one here, select the whole square, go to the rotate command, copy off, and here you just select first 1 to 2, that is a reference, and A to B, the rotation angle is 45 degree, press enter and just move like this, okay. So now these text command should be proper. So for a time being you can just delete these things and just zoom this area, okay. Click on the text, and when the plus marks appears, just press Ctrl and drag. That is something like a copy paste, okay. Click and press Ctrl and drag. So and then I said like here we have a trim. Okay, in that one extend to next command is there. So that is means once you click on that one, you just click on the axis, so you can see that part of that one is extended. So that will appear in the trim command, extend to next. Now below the smart dimension there is a dimension called angle between. Just click on the axis line and the XY line, so it will show the 45 degree. That is what is actually they have mentioned. So you can mention the things here also, but they have mentioned clearly axis is inclined, so you have to take this as a 45 degree. So this is how exactly we do it in a computer sketching. So if it is a manual sketching, so now we'll have a one line. So we'll take a line from here, that is from the XY line. Okay, so we'll just take the angle here as a 45 degree, means so now what you can do is, so take a protractor, okay, keep on this one and measure 45 degree from the right side. Okay, right side. So here, so like this, it's a 45 degree. So we'll say like the length is 65. Okay, so angle is 45. Okay, so you will get like this. So this is a continuous line. So once you draw one line at a 45 degree, so you can use the compass and take the length of this one, that is 35 mm. From this end you just cut an arc from here. Say for example I will take one center point arc, so I will say that's a radius as 35, enter. Okay, so I will say from here just like this. Okay, so next you take a length from this corner, that is a dash b dash and 4 dash b dash, it will remain same. So again, so for a timing I will measure this one, distance between here and here. So it is showing 70.71. You can go to the arc center point. So from here, so I will take 70.71. So you just cut. So this is how exactly you can do. Okay, so now draw line from here to here. Okay, so again repeat the same method. Here to arc and you can just join and you will get the same square. So that's how exactly we can do it in a manual sketching. Okay, so now how to get the top of this one. Say for example, now we are taking this one, okay, this axis length. So for typing we will keep this problem away. Okay, so now we are viewing the problem from this side. Okay, means from the top. So now you can see the things which are nearby, that is this line which corresponding to the AB and DC. So now it is a square looking like a line, and you can see DC43, that is a rectangle. Okay, and this is anyhow not visible because at the bottom side, and this line not visible. So ABCD is visible, 43CD is visible, and the line 4312 is not visible, and the rectangle which is of 12AB is not visible. So to get that one, so we have to draw a projection line from each point. For that one, go to the line, it's a continuous and a 0.13. So we'll say first right extreme point, that is AB, so a line, and here it is showing asking for a length. You don't worry about the length, go to the angle and say it's a minus 90 degree. So now the line will not move here. So you can see when you come to the point B, okay, there is a dotted line, that is alignment indicator, which is visible. So click on that one and come to the point B. Okay, and we want A is here, so you just again click on the end point. Okay, so same length, you press tab, it will ask for the angle, you just say minus 90 degree, and come to the point A. So again there will be a dotted line, that is alignment indicator. Click and click. So you can repeat the same here. So we have a O, so go to the O, okay, tab minus 90 degree, okay. So where is O? So you come to the point O and click to the O, okay. So D and C, so again a line, press tab minus 90 degree. So where is D, C? First C is here, and next D again on this point, again minus 90 degree. So click here, okay. So next 1 to 2, press tab minus 90. So first is a 2, then it's a 1. So again O dash midpoint, so here it is. Next 3 and 4, so press tab minus 90, enter. So first is a 3, next is a 4, next is a 4. So now you can see the things here, okay. So we will just zoom this part, and now we'll make the things which are visible to us, what I said. So 4 3 D4 is visible, okay. So first we have to name the things. So go to the text command. So we'll go with like this. First extreme end here, it's a B, so this is A, okay. So AB, this is C, and this is a D, and here is 1 2 3 and 4, and O1 here. So O1, and here it's a O, okay. So this is how exactly you can see. For a time being, you just zoom only this part, okay. So now what I said, so ABCD is visible, so we'll select, we'll take a line 0.5, so as I said 0.7 will take a, so we'll overlap one more line, A to the B to the C to the D and to the A, okay. So ABCD is visible. Next what I said, so DC, okay. So this line, that is DC 4 3, so this is 4 3 and this is DC. Again take a line, okay, 0.5, so here C3 3 4 and D4, that is visible, okay. And next one is, so what we said, like once this one is done, the resting edge, that is 1 to 2 is not visible to you. So you select this one, so not visible means it is dotted, and 0.5, okay. So now, so this A to B is not visible, that is AB, and 1 4 1 2, that is that rectangle is not visible, but it is overlapping with the 4 3 DC. So now we'll give the first priority to the visible lines, so you need not to worry, anyhow that is below the visible line. So now you just zoom this square and try to keep all these naming without crossing any projection line. So just click and drag it outside. So now here there is extra part which is outside, you just go to the trim and trim it off. And now you have to select this O2O1. So O2O1, anyhow it is showing continuous line, you can go to the trim and there is a command called split. So I want to split this line, this is a continuous, I want to split from O1 to the O. So click on that line and click at the O1. So now you select this line, it will show only this part. Now you go and select the center line and 0.35, so fit to the screen. So even in the manual sketching, you can just drop vertical lines from each corner and horizontal lines from each corner, and just name, okay, wherever they intersect. Say for example, this is a line which corresponding to the AB, and wherever you say find A and B, you just mark. So this is A corresponding to the A, this is B corresponding to the B, and this is C corresponding to the C, and D corresponding to the D. Okay, and 2 corresponding to 1 corresponding to the 1, 4, 4, 3, 3, and O1 on the same line. So O1. So you can see this is a O and this is a O1. Okay, so this is how exactly we can finish it up the second position. That is what is axis inclined at a 45 degree to the HP. Okay, so now the space is not available. So what we'll do, we'll select this whole problem and we'll just drag to the left side. Okay, so later you can reduce the space also. So now for a time being we'll take up like this. Okay, so now we'll delete this and we'll extend a line. Okay, clear. Okay, so later you can reduce these spaces and you can have things. Okay, so now what the third position says, the resting edge. Okay, so resting edge is inclined at 30 degree to the VP, which is the resting edge. So you can see 1 to 2, 1 to 2. Okay, that is the resting edge. So here, where is the 1 to 2? Here 1 to 2 is here. Okay, so if you are going to do it manual sketching, so what you have to do, again use a protractor. Okay, place it downward now and take a 30 degree. Okay, say for example from this side. Okay, take a 30 degree from this side. Say now here in the computers you have to give minus 30. Okay, and enter. So you will get a line like this. Okay, so now for a time being I will move this one. Little bit this side. Okay, so this is what is 30 degree. So as I said, the manual sketching, you place the protractor here and take a 30 degree downward. So now you go to the angle between and measure this angle. It's a 30 degree. Okay, so now on this one you should place this square. Okay, so now go to the select and select this square. Okay, so go to the move command. We want to retain the original, that is a move. So now resting edge is 1 to 2. You select any one corner, that is either 1 or a 2. So let me select a 2 and place it here. Okay, so once you place here, so let it be in a pink color. Now you have to rotate in such a way that, so this 2 as a reference, so you take a 1, just place it like this. Okay, means 1 to 2 should be on the 30 degree line. So we'll repeat once again. So we'll select the square that is in the second position, go to the move command. Okay, let's copy on, select any one corner, either corner 1 or a 2. Okay, so we'll select a corner 2, and when you move to the 30 degree line it will show the red color. Okay, take it a little bit downward, place it on this one, let it be in a pink color, that is selected mode, go to the rotate. Okay, copy off, again the same corner which you placed on a 30 degree line and the one more corner which is on the other side, just place it like this. So when you place it like this, it is crossing with the XY line, that should not happen. So what you have to do, so you have to place that one little bit downward, or else you have to rotate this one in a reverse manner. So take a 2, take a 1 and even. Now also it is touching with the XY line, so it should be little bit downward. So what we have to do, take a this once again, go to the move. Okay, copy on a 2, little bit downward. Okay, go to the rotate, copy off 2 and 1, place it like this. Okay, so little bit downward. Now again copy off, Okay, so now go here and just delete these namings. So now zoom this much, keep it like this. So now we have taken 2 here. So what I said, just click on the 2 and just press Ctrl and drag it. So this is my 2. So this is our 1. So 1 2. So this is my 3. So this is my 4. Okay, so corresponding to that one, O1. So next 1 and 4. So 4 and 1, then this is a D, A, so B, so AB, then it's a C, then it's a O. So that's it. So once you do this one, our job is done for a third position. And jump fit to the screen. Okay, so if you want to just move within this area, so again you select this whole square, go to the move, don't have to have a copy, and just move little bit upward, so that it will come within the boundary. Okay, so now again, now we are viewing from here. Okay, from the bottom side. Okay, means now here, now the square face which is nearby is a ABCD, and the away from R is a 1 2 3 4. So now again we'll repeat same. We'll have to have a projection lines. So we'll go one by one. Okay, so say for example the extreme one is a 4. Okay, so 4. Now again we'll repeat the same method. Press tab and enter 90 degree. Okay, so where is 4? So 4 is here. You can click and click on the 4. So next we'll go to the 3 because it is on the same line. So we'll go to the 3. Okay, so next we'll go to the 1. Okay, press tab 90 degree. Where is 1? 1 is on this line, that is on the XY line. So click there. Okay, next we'll go to the 2. So we'll go to the 2. So press 90 and it will come here. Okay, so if you want to just to avoid the confusion, want to make the naming, you just make it, this is my 4 dash. Okay, so this is my 3 dash, and this is 1 dash, and this is my 2 dash. Okay, as I said, the front view naming should be the above the XY line. So you just drag a little bit upward. Okay, so remaining is O1 dash. So we'll go to the line O. This is the end O1. Where is O1? O1 is here. Okay, so just click there. Okay, so next text, this is our O1 dash. Okay, then so next again take a line. So we'll start from a D. Okay, so press tab 90 degree. Where is D? So D is here. Click and click. Okay, so next we'll go on the C on the same line. So C. Next we'll go to the A. So where is A? Where is A? Is here. So press tab and 90 degree. Okay, so you can see B. Okay, so the last one is the B. So press tab 90 degree, and this is what is a B. Okay, so now last one is O. So click on our O and press and done. So now just zoom this area. Okay, so go to the text, you can see it here. So where is A? So A is here. So this is my A dash. So where is B? B is here. So this is my B dash. where is C? C is here, so this is my C dash, and this is my D dash. And where is O? This is O dash. Okay, so now you can just count. So A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3, 4, and O1 dash. So we'll complete that O1 dash because it's an axis line anyhow, that is always visible. So O and O1 dash. Okay, so now what I said, if we are viewing from here this side, so the side which is near to you is a ABCD, that is this and this one. So without any second thought, we'll make that line dark. So where is A and a B and C, D and E. Sorry, it is okay. So connect A, B, C, D. So just zoom this area and keep this C outside. Okay, so now just come downward. Okay, so now we'll connect the boundaries. Okay, take a look, continuous and 0.75. so now if I start from B, so what is the corner which is connecting with the B? B is a 2, where you can see that one. So you can see it here. Okay, the corner which connects with the B is a 2. So where is 2? So 2 is here. Okay, so next from 2, okay, so it can go to the 1. Okay, it can go to the 1 or it can go to the A. So it can go to the A. So we can't go with the A, so we'll go with the 1, 2 to 1. So this is acts as a boundary. So from 1 it will go to the 4. So that is what is a boundary. So you can see 1, it goes to the 4. Okay, then from 4 it can go to the D or a 3. So 3 means it's a inside, so D will be the boundary. Okay, means this is whenever we look for a solid, so there will be a boundary which is defined with the lines. So always those lines are visible to you. So that is what we have done now. So just for a timing, we'll go like this. So we have taken continuous line. So from B, if you stand at the B, okay, if you stand at a B, it can go to the 2, it can go to the C, or it can go to the A. So B to the C and CA already done. So only the option is to the D. That's a boundary. Okay, so it should be continuous line. It should be continuous line. Again a line, continuous one. Okay, so again if you stand at a 2, okay, if you stand at a 2, it can go to the B. Already B is done. Either it can go to the 3 or it can come to the 1. So 3 again it's a inside, it will not act as a boundary, so we'll come to the 1. Okay, so if you stand at a 1, so now it can go to the A. So it can go to the A, that's a rectangular, and it can go to the 4. So now it can go to the 4 and 4 can go to the D. Now you can just come to the first position and you can see like from where and all it appears. Okay, so next once it is done, so you can see again a continuous line from corner A to the 1 is visible. Okay, just move on that and connect it. Okay, so now just zoom this part. You can see, so there is a one square ABCD. Okay, ABCD. Okay, and there is a 4 rectangular faces, that is 1, 2 and 3. Why is one more line missing, which is the one which is coming from a C to 3. Okay, so that line anyhow is not visible. Take a dotted line and a 0.5 and to the C. Okay, and from 3 it's to the 2 and to the 4. Okay, so those things are not visible, means it is like a Mercedes symbol. So you can see 1, 2 and 3. So 3 lines which are connecting like a Mercedes symbol are always invisible, means if there is any one line, okay, which is invisible, so the 2 lines which are connecting will be invisible only. if and only if they are not any boundary line. Say for example, this is a boundary line, this is a boundary line, and this is a dotted line. So two boundary lines, according to that Mercedes symbol, it should be, this should be dotted and this should be dotted, but so these two acts as a boundary, so that is visible. Okay, so this is how exactly it is visible in the final position. Okay, the things to be remembered is, so you have to start from the bottom, that is resting on the HP, and you have to look from here. Okay, so in order to draw this view, okay, and you have to look from here in order to draw this view. Okay, and you have to look from this side in order to draw this view. Okay, so this is the complete one problem which says it is resting on the edge, that is the resting edge. Resting edge means it's a 1 to 2, 1 to 2 is visible, which is placed on this line, and this is how exactly we are going to do the things.